Do you know? Hezekiah probably been worried to death if Isaiah hadn't came back and told him he had 15 more years of grace. That boy would thought he'd been dead by 6 o'clock. But God didn't wait like that. He sent it back immediately. Temporary stuff that we go through, that is exactly what it is, temporary. There's nothing in there going to hold you to no extended period of time unless that's what you want. Sometimes you can walk out of stuff just like you walked into it. And never look back. Because you're done with it. That's it. And you're ready to move on. But if you're not ready to move on, you let the smallest thing interrupt your peace with God. You let everything get in the way. So we got to see this. One thing else we got to realize too. Don't set up residence in your temporary valley. You got to rearrange your furniture down and everything. Good, this way I like my furniture to be sitting. Baby, you passing through. You are not homesteading. This way I like my kitchen to be sitting. Hold up. You plan on staying there that long? Stop trying to set up residence in a temporary place. You can. Come on now. Anybody that deal with any kind of housing and moving and stuff, come on now. You got these temporary situations you be in. You don't want to unpack everything because you know that ain't. You just here till they finish with whatever they're doing with it. But you don't unpack everything. Got it setting up looking like that's where you're going to live. Inviting folks in for housewarming stuff. Come on. You're warm in the wrong place. Come on. Let's get rid. No, that's just where you want to be now. I don't know. Jesus. But you cannot set up residence in a temporary place. God will meet us at the entrance. Watch this, at the entrance. See, he's not going to meet you at no back door. Because I'm going to tell you why. By the way, when you're in your temporary valley, you don't even know where the back door is anyway. Why do you think I tell you to back up? Because you got to go through the front door. You got to go through the door you came through in order to get out. So God said, I'll be right at the front door when you find it. And you may go all around everywhere, but guess where you go around back at? The front door. Because that's the place God going to meet you at. God ain't going to show you no temporary way out. He want to show you an extended way out that you ain't got to worry about. The same way you got in here, boom, you can get out the same way. But sometimes we don't look at it that way because we can't see that far up the road. So he says to us as an example here is that one thing we cannot set up these residents in temporary positions because they're only going to be for a moment. We had our greatest victory when we realize our greatest failures.
Come on now.
Whatever mess you up, that's where your victory is.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
If you don't believe, you're going to check it in.
Right.
Whatever mess you up, that's where your victory is, right there.
Come on now.
And the devil trying to tell you it ain't there, but it is. Whatever mess you up, that's going to be your way out. Because to come out another way, you'll never see it. You'll never realize it. So sometimes God has to take us back. To,
Come on.
Come on now.
He'll set you right back to where you were sitting, in your same seat. You got to see it. Then what else we got to realize? Egypt. Do you know the children of Israel kept asking God to deliver them and make a way out for them? And I know we all have been to God and asked God for things and we want things. But you know what really got them out of bondage? When God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh, said, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go, that they may go, watch this. Now this was only a temporary position that he requested, that they may go into the wilderness on a 3-day journey just to worship me. God said, I want to get them out of the surrounding area, out of your house, out from around your people, and just send them 3-day journey and let them just holler like they crazy to me.
Come on. Come on.
Pharaoh said, I ain't let them go nowhere. I guess he probably think they were going to come back. But what he failed to realize, they was getting ready to get out. God was only letting them know you ain't got enough people. Give me Exodus chapter 1. Let me show you something. You ain't even got enough people to stop them if you wanted to. Do you know Israel could have been out of bondage?
Yeah.
Some of us could be out if we want to. We got all the equipment. We got everything. Do you know you got mass weapon of destruction that you can use against the enemy? That you can get out of your situation. Look at Exodus chapter 1. Watch this. Start reading at verse number 1 and read down. I'm going to show you something. Watch this, what he says here.
Now these are the names of the children of Israel who came to Egypt. Each man and his household came with Jacob.
Now you don't have to read all the names. This is what it's saying. These are the head generations that was there. They named them out because they were the beginning of all the family. Now skip down to the next one. We don't want to go through all that.
And Joseph died, all his brothers, and all that generation.
Watch this. That generation died. Watch this.
But the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly.
Hold up. What? They did what? They were fruitful.
And increase.
You know, no, I reserve it. You use better judgment than that. Watch this. They,
Come on, baby.
the Bible says that after the generation died, it said that they began to be what? Fruitful. Watch this. Come on.
And increased abundantly, multiplied, and grew exceedingly mighty.
Look. They had all of the skills. Do you know they trained themselves how to fight, how to win battles, how to get out of situations, but they were afraid of their enemy. But watch this. Another thing that you might have overlooked. Look, they had their enemies outnumbered.
Yeah.
The whole time, sister.
Right.
But what they wasn't used to, fighting battles. See, some of y'all would rather lose than to fight. And you know it ain't going to take much to knock somebody out. But you would rather lose than to fight. Watch this. This going to get heavy to you. Watch this.
And the land was filled with them.
With who? All the children of Israel. The land was, they were plentiful. My God, I got folk that, got a lot of stuff going for them, scared to fight.
All right.
Look at David. David's brothers was 240,000 men, and they scared of one Goliath.
Jesus.
Here these people here filled the land,
Right.
I was scared.
and they couldn't rush Pharaoh's house and knock them all over. Watch this.
Now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph.
Look at this. Now, when Joseph was alive, the children of Israel had it good. Wasn't no killing, Brother Ken. They would live in luxury lives, boy. But then when you get somebody else in your life, when you get one of them demons that got some revenge on their mind, watch this.
And he said to his people, look, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
The first thing he said around the meeting one morning, let me bring y'all up on current events. I'm the new king, but let me tell you what I observed. Children of Israel, they are much more than we are. Now, we better come up with some kind of strategies to don't bump them off or do whatever we're going to do. Because if we don't, do you know how fast some people having babies out there? Watch, come on.
Come, let us deal shrewdly with them,
See what he said? Come on, let's get rid of them.
lest they multiply, and it happen in the event of war that they also join our enemies and fight against us, and so go up out of the land.
Because you do know this, maybe you and maybe you don't, that your enemy have an enemy. And if you team up with his enemy,
Come on now. Come on. Gonna get together.
what you need to know is
Things.
who is his.
Uh-oh.
You better ask them. And that ain't gonna be hard to find out. Watch who they hang around the most. And watch who they always trying to fight against. You find out who the enemy is.
Jesus.
Come on. I gotta go.
Therefore they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with their burdens.
So what he did now, he set people over them to remind them. And when they got out of line, this taskmaster made them suffer so hard, so long. They start dying out. Because in reality, that was only a temporary position. Do you know they were 8 days from the promised land? How did 8 days turn into 40 years? I couldn't tell you. But one thing I do know, they could have walked out the same way they walked in. Whatever your situation is today, there's a front door, and you ain't got to go through the back door. You can bag all the way back, and you'll find yourself outside of your temporary position. Because I'm going to tell you right now, God will not dare illuminate it because you might see it. He really wants you to find it on your own, because if you can't stand now, and if you can't walk with the footmen, what you going to do when they come riding horses?
All right now.
If you can't make it now, and a few folk talking about you. Come on now.
Right.
You can't make it now, and 2 people done ran out on you. Come on. You can't make it now, they'll gave you 3 pink slips. When the real thing comes, they're going to call paramedics. Because you're going to die. Because for some odd reason, you must have thought you couldn't be replaced. I don't know. But in a temporary situation, everything is just temporary.
All right.
Come on, give God a praise. I'm done. I'm done with you. We're going to stand and get our blessing.